Well, hello, fellow people. So, I just wanted to see if the world is as pissed off about this quiet switch back and nobody said anything as I am. It is infuriating, the shit we put up with. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Americans. Again, my mind only goes back to the epidemic of single motherhood. We got the dumbest kids in the nation. We got the dumbest adults in the nation. We have the dumbest senior citizens in the nation. And most of them are women. Women. Women have made us so dumb. We keep letting shit slide that should not be sliding. So, daylight savings. I thought I'd go back and remind y'all of how it's just straight up bullshit. And I decided to go back to 1970 because I keep telling folks the 70s was very revealing. I'm telling you, there was so much information in front of us. And then we had the almighty church committee hearings in 1975. Days, weeks, I believe it went. Days for sure of that hearing exposed so much about the corruption and the level in 1975 that our government had stooped to. And we didn't pay attention. And then the single mothers who don't want fathers and right-thinking people heading up their households, they've been raising the shittiest, dumbest people I've ever seen in my life. So, 1970. Daylight savings started on Sunday, April 26th, and ended October 25th. So where the hell did this March shit come from? Because Easter fell on the 29th of March in 1970. So let's fast forward to 2022 when, who was that day? So, that was Biden, but I think it was, it was Biden. And, Camel Toe, the knee queen, the throat gobbler that worked her way up to the top. And she's still at the bottom. $2 million in debt still. But remember the Sunshine Act, Protection Act that they said? That they were going to change it over permanently. That was put in place in 2022, and it says here they didn't. So they were aiming to make it permanent twice yearly and changing that in 2023. However, the bill stalled in the House, leaving the current twice-year system in place, while 29 states considered legislation in 2023, the federal action required for a nationwide shift. So they just dropped the ball. They don't do anything. They don't complete anything. The hearings in Congress is just for show. They don't do anything. They don't do anything. So I want to bring this to your attention because I'm going to propose to as many people as I can. I guess I'm going to be on an email campaign with some channels and blogs that I like so we can get the word out. Because as I dug a little deeper, it wasn't actually enacted until 1931. And guess what it was called? Oh, I want to read this part too. Only 2 major cities actually adhered to it. They even acknowledged it. The rest of the world or the rest of the U.S., we weren't even on that page in 1931. 2. All right, and so what we take away from that, again, it started Sunday, April 26th. This March shit, I'm telling you, they're shifting it for a reason. And then it ended on the 27th. And that's just a few days out of when it ended. Now, this year, we're going from March 8th, or was it the 7th? No, March 8th, all the way to November 1st. They're just making up shit. So the original daylight savings time, known as wartime, was actually done in 1942. And the only reason it was done was to conserve the energy for the war effort. So all of those years that anybody was taught that it was for agriculture, you have it right there in your fucking face. And then they did it in February. They just willy-nilly pull these dates out. Now, I did look and see that they put something in place in, I think, around 1918, but they never did anything until 1931. 1931 was the first time they attempted to do anything, but it wasn't on a national scale. And then 1942, it was considered wartime, and it was in February. Okay? So, here is why I'm pissed off about it. So the people that want to stay where the sun is lasts longer in the evening, you're moot because you're not on the right time. The research consistently links the spring forward. Remember, you sprung forward. They snatched an hour from you. Okay? There was never a need for spring forward. It says the research consistently links spring forward daylight savings times transition, not times, time transition to increased accidents due to sleep deprivation, circadian, I think that's how that's pronounced, rhythm disruption. Study shows 6% to 26% rise in fatal traffic accidents in the week following the switch, with the risk peaking on that first Monday. Okay. Other risks beyond the traffic accident, there are known increase of heart attacks, workplace injuries following the shift. It was never about agriculture. It is absolutely messes with your health. The proper time we should all be on is fall. Remember, they sprang us forward. So what I want to propose for everybody to do, because you're going to forget about this when fall comes again, but what I'm going to propose is that we don't ask them, we tell them. We're sticking to this time. It's not changing back. When spring comes around in 2027, we're not changing our clocks. You can change them automatically, but we're going to stay on the same time. That means don't go to school at the time that they say, show up an hour later. If they change their clocks, you stand down. You stand down. I found something interesting. All it takes is about 10 minutes of disruption and non-participation, and you will set the system up in such a profound way. You will shake things up in such a profound way, it won't go unnoticed. So call your representatives, let them know. Don't ask them. When fall rolls around, put them on high alert. We're not changing back when spring comes around in 2027. We're going to work at the same time that fall was. We refuse to do it. We absolutely refuse to consent to it anymore. Because if we don't, this will continue to infinity. And I have never adjusted, ever, even as a small child. When I lose that hour, I feel it the whole time. I never adjust because it's not natural. And as far as the kiddos that say, oh, I like it when the sun is out longer. Well, tough titty, said the kitty. Grow up. That's not the design of it. Remember, they sprang you forward. They took away your hour. And, again, they're doing it all willy-nilly. All willy-nilly. There's no rhyme or reason for it. They just picked it. And the reason I picked the 70s is because I remember distinctively that when we went to Easter church, Easter service, it was in April, of course, but spring had just begun. The spring solstice had just begun. So now I guess they're trying to do it in the spring solstice, but it has no rhyme or reason. It has nothing to do with fucking agriculture. It's a lie. It's a bold-faced lie. And it is to disrupt you. It is to disrupt the natural design of how your body should be operating. And I, for one, am sick of it. So I'm going to encourage people. I'm probably going to re-upload this or bring a special highlight to it when fall rolls around. But I want to remind you people, it's bullshit. And they can't even make the commitment to fix it because this doesn't take 2 years to make a decision. Just fucking do it. Just do it. And here's how you're going to make them do it. When spring rolls around, 2027, we're not going to work an hour early. We're just not going to do it. That's the easiest way to get that shit done. I want to see America grow a pair of balls again because the clock is ticking. I honestly don't think we're going to make it through 2026 without something really terrible happening because everything is set up to be a disaster. Everything is set up for something really bad to happen. And we are so vulnerable. Even our water system is easy to manipulate. It's already garbage, but all they got to do is take our water away, like what's happening in Corpus Christi. I just saw that report. Y'all are using these data centers and they're sucking up your water. And according to Corpus Christi residents in Texas, they're going to be without drinking water in 6 months now. We got a 54% of adults in America right now can't read at 6th grade level. Nobody needs a data center. Y'all haven't conquered English yet. Oh my gosh. It's absolutely infuriating. And I tried to call my representatives that Monday. I was so pissed that they did it early because I'm acutely aware of how much bullshit this is, and my body goes out of whack every time. It is so hard to get them on the phone. But you know what you can do? Leave them voicemails into oblivion. Because this whole thing calling you back when it's convenient for them, they don't work like we do. Congress only works 115 days this year. That's it. I think last year was 117. They don't fucking work. It's easy to do this. Help me out, guys. We have to get this done. I can't take it another year. It's so retarded. It wasn't even about agriculture. That's what gets me. And the first time we did it, they call it wartime. And this, please, screenshot it. They did it in February. We went from April for the longest time. Then it's been eking up to March, because I'm not crazy. I know that they've been switching it up on me. And then I got proof in 1942 they slapped that shit on folks in February. Because it was never about the agriculture. I know I'm repeating myself, but it makes me mad that we're just putting up with anything. You know, we can't save the children. Nobody cares that little children are getting sex trafficked by the biggest perverts in government, music, entertainment as a whole. You know, the Super Bowl is the #1 event for human trafficking. It's like their big day. It's like their Oscar or their Grammys. It is the big day when most of that shit happens. And if you look at the satanic ritual calendar, it explains it. It's in black and white. So we can't save the children. Nobody cares about the children. Nobody cares about the illegals, invaders coming in here, raping and killing little kids and little girls and shit like that, and running over people because they can't drive, and y'all insist that they don't have to learn English. We don't care about that, but we should care about this. I think your body is going to thank you for it. So that's my point. I hope it resonates because I can't stand it. And I hope I'm not the only one who feels this way. I'll see you next time.